Hello, this is Max. The Assassins group is trying to save humanity from destruction. Don't forget to subscribe. The year is 1492 in Spain, and we meet Aguilar, a seasoned member of the Assassin tribe. He is initiated into the Brotherhood and assumes the solemn responsibility of combating the Templars, vowing to prevent them from obtaining the apple at any cost. Templars have been on an unrelenting quest to obtain the Apple of Eden, a mysterious artifact said to grant its possessor the power to control human free will. As part of his initiation, Aguilar undergoes the traditional ceremony of having his ring finger severed and is presented with special gauntlets by his fellow assassin, Maria. During this process, he recites the creed that guides the actions of the assassins. We work in the shadows to serve the light. We are assassins. The story then jumps to the 20th century, where we meet Callum Lynch, a troubled young man. He attempts to ride his bicycle across rooftops but fails to reach the other end and falls. Later, upon returning home, he encounters a tragic event involving his assassin father and Templar mother. He discovers his lifeless mother in a chair and witnesses his father holding a knife, indicating that he killed her. A group of Templars then approaches the house, and Callum's father advises him to flee. With no other choice, the frightened boy escapes through the rooftops, leaving his former life behind. In the present day, a grown-up Callum finds himself in prison and sentenced to capital punishment for a crime he allegedly committed. It's his birthday on this day, and on the same day he is due to be sentenced. Prison guards escort him to a torture room, where they restrain him to a bed and inject a mercury-like substance into his body. In his final moments, Callum reminisces about the cherished moments he shared with his mother and curses his father for the turmoil he brought upon them. Unexpectedly, Callum awakens in a mysterious facility, where he encounters Dr. Sophia Riken. She informs him that, in the eyes of the world, he is considered dead. Dr. Sophia proceeds to reveal that Callum possesses a unique heritage and must assist her in her research. Confused and disoriented, Callum attempts to escape but soon realizes that he is in a remote location with no means of getting away. Dr. Sophia explains that they are inside the Abstergo Foundation building, a company dedicated to achieving global peace. A guard tranquilizes him, causing him to lose consciousness. He is then transported to an experiment room where Sophia introduces him to the Animus, a remarkable machine capable of analyzing human DNA and allowing individuals to relive the memories of their ancestors. Despite Callum's initial refusal, he is forcibly connected to the machine and begins to experience vivid visions of Aguilar, who lived over 5 centuries ago. As Callum delves deeper into the mesmerizing experience of reliving Aguilar's life, he finds himself standing on a cliff alongside other highly skilled assassins. Their collective focus is on a crucial mission, rescuing Prince Ahmed, the son of Sultan Muhammad, who has been captured by the Templars and hidden in a barn. Amidst the tension, a brave villager steps forward, revealing that he had been hiding the prince. However, this well-intentioned act turns out to be a grave mistake, as Ojeda, a ruthless Templar commander, orders the elimination of the villagers from the entire family. The Templars then declare that the entire town will face repercussions for their alleged involvement with the assassins. Meanwhile, Aguilar and his fellow assassins, concealed in the shadows, stealthily approach the Templars in their quest to save Prince Ahmed. In a swift and precise assault, Aguilar launches an attack on the Templar commander, while the other assassins adeptly neutralize the guards protecting the prince. However, Ojeda proves to be a formidable adversary and fights back. After killing one of the assassins, he sets his sights on Maria, who is trying to escort the prince to safety. This sequence evolves into a lengthy chase, with Aguilar desperately trying to catch up with Ojeda. On horseback, he executes daring leaps and maneuvers, showcasing his extraordinary abilities. He eventually manages to jump onto the same carriage as Ojeda, engaging in a fierce battle to secure the safety of Prince Ahmed. In the present day, Sophia abruptly disrupts Callum's connection to the Animus, pulling him back to reality. This interruption causes Callum to experience the bleeding effect, where the memories of his ancestor briefly overlap with his present self, leading to disorientation and headaches. Strangely, he even starts seeing visions of Aguilar without being connected to the Animus. In the subsequent scene, Sophia and her father, Rickon, discuss their progress in locating the Apple of Eden. Unbeknownst to Callum, they are actually Templars who believe that he, as a descendant of Aguilar, holds the key to its whereabouts. Sophia's desire to secure her place in Templar history fuels her determination, while Rickon is eager to obtain the apple to further the Templars' goal of controlling humanity. Meanwhile, as Callum wakes up from the Animus, he continues to have lingering visions of Aguilar and his past life, blurring the lines between his present and ancestral memories. Sophia elaborates on the Animus's purpose and emphasizes the importance of Callum's full cooperation to unlock valuable information and memories from his genetic lineage. She reassures Callum and leads him to another room, where she reveals that they have been monitoring him since his birth. Sophia also shares the tragic backstory of Aguilar, disclosing that his parents were murdered by Ojeda, driving him to seek revenge and eventually join the assassins. As Callum absorbs this information, the significance of the apple and its connection to Aguilar's past life begins to dawn on him, and he realizes the immense responsibility he carries. The scene shifts to the facility's dining hall, where Callum becomes the center of attention and observation by other patients, all of whom are also part of the Templar experiments. In this setting, Mosa, a descendant of a Haitian assassin, discreetly reaches out to Callum, cautioning him to make the right choices and align himself with the true cause. He secretly advises Callum not to cooperate with the Templars. Meanwhile, tensions escalate as Rickon confronts Sophia about Callum's progress, demanding immediate results and threatening to replace her if she fails to comply. However, Sophia remains unwavering in her determination to unlock the hidden secrets within Callum's genetic memory. Alone in his room once more, Callum sees the haunting image of Aguilar. These visions trigger something within him, and he suddenly finds himself engaged in a shadow fight with his ancestor. To his amazement, Callum discovers that he possesses the agility and combat skills of Aguilar. When attendants rush in to restrain him and take him to the Animus, he unleashes this newfound prowess and tries his best to fend them off. However, he ultimately fails and is dragged to the Animus. Once connected to the mysterious machine, he continues to relive more of Aguilar's memories. This time, Callum finds himself trapped in a dungeon alongside Maria and their leader, Benedicto. They await a gruesome execution orchestrated by Ojeda. Tension escalates as Ojeda sets Benedicto on fire before their eyes. However, Aguilar is not ready to meet his end so easily. In a daring display of skill, he frees himself and Maria from their restraints and unleashes chaos upon their captors. Together, they manage to escape the Templars, setting off a spectacular explosion in the process. The Templars relentlessly chase them, with Ojeda and his forces giving their all in pursuit. Amid rooftop chases and fierce battles, Callum experiences the exhilaration of Aguilar's adrenaline-pumping escapades. Despite Ojeda's unwavering determination, Aguilar's resourcefulness and agility repeatedly allow him to outmaneuver the Templars. However, the intensity of these memories begins to take a toll on Callum back in the facility, leading him to experience a seizure and desynchronization from the Animus. Concerned for his well-being, Sophia intervenes to calm him down and provide care. After regaining consciousness, Sophia reminds Callum of their crucial mission for world peace and hands him his mother's necklace as a poignant reminder of his past. In the next scene, Rickon personally approaches Callum and presents him with a proposition. In exchange for Callum's assistance in locating the Apple of Eden for the Templars, they promise him something in return. Following this, Rickon leads Callum to a room filled with seemingly lifeless individuals. He shows Callum his father's blade, the weapon used to kill Callum's mother, and reveals that Joseph, Callum's father, is also being held captive within the same facility. When Rickon departs from the room, Callum picks up the blade and is shocked to see a vision of his father standing before him. Back in his office, Rickon is confronted by Sophia, who scolds him for pushing Callum too hard. However, Rickon believes that tapping into Callum's hatred for his father will make him willingly enter the Animus. Finally, Callum confronts his father, Joseph, after years of anger and bitterness. Joseph explains that his mother chose death over being used by the Animus and sacrificed herself to protect him and the Creed. He warns Callum about falling into the Templars' trap, emphasizing the destructive potential of the apple. Despite his anger, Callum promises to find the apple and put an end to the creed for what his father has done. He then hands over his mother's necklace as a symbol of his determination and willingly proceeds to be connected to the Animus. As Callum is taken back to his room, he is attacked by one of the assassin descendants. Somehow, he manages to defend himself until the guards intervene.
Take me to the Animus.
Following this altercation, Callum willingly returns to the Animus, immersing himself once again in Aguilar's memories. This time, Aguilar and Maria locate the apple in the possession of the Sultan, who plans to exchange it for his son's release. When the Templar Grand Master, Thomas, opens the box containing the apple, Aguilar and Maria launch an attack on the soldiers, causing chaos to erupt. Aguilar manages to hold Thomas at knife point, but simultaneously, Ojeda does the same to Maria. This leads to a tense standoff between the two parties, ultimately resulting in Maria sacrificing herself to protect the creed. Enraged by the loss of his dear friend, Aguilar unleashes a brutal attack on Ojeda and eventually kills him using Maria's hidden blade. He then escapes from the scene with the Apple of Eden. Aguilar fights his way out of the tunnel but finds himself surrounded by soldiers. Nevertheless, fueled by determination to keep the apple safe, he leaps over a bridge and into the water, swimming away to safety. Returning to the present, the Animus begins to slowly fall apart. However, surprisingly, Callum remains unharmed and still connected to Aguilar. The scientists around him eagerly observe as Aguilar meets with Christopher Columbus and hands over the apple, making Columbus swear to keep it safe and a secret until his death. After this revelation, Sophia quickly orders her men to dig up Columbus' grave in a quest to find the Apple of Eden. Simultaneously, other assassins within the facility sense the changes occurring and engage in fierce battles with the guards to reach Callum and potentially eliminate him. Meanwhile, Callum finds himself in a mental landscape, surrounded by Aguilar and other Creed assassins. In a moment of revelation within the mental landscape, Callum sees the face of his mother, dressed as an assassin, leading him to find the apple. Desperate to salvage the situation, Rikin orders his men to purge the facility and prepares to make his escape. Meanwhile, the other assassins successfully take control of the facility, eliminating the guards and advancing toward the Animus. Joseph, Callum's father, also fights valiantly but meets his demise in the process. When the assassins finally reach the Animus, they are astonished to see Callum conversing with his deceased mother, who emphasizes the Creed's importance and urges him to stop the evil. With this powerful encounter, Callum fully embraces his role as an assassin and leads the others in a counterattack against the Templar soldiers who have flooded the room. He rushes to the rooftop, hoping to intercept Rikin's escape. However, it proves to be too late as Rikin manages to flee in a helicopter. Subsequently, the Templars conduct a secret unveiling of the Apple of Eden. When Sophia discovers her father's malevolent intentions, she vehemently opposes him and attempts to prevent him from revealing their nefarious plans. Unfortunately, Rikin remains unmoved by her pleas and proceeds to unveil the glowing apple to a cheering audience. Unbeknownst of this, Callum and the assassins have already infiltrated the building and are ready to strike. In a daring move, Callum destroys with Rikin, then vanishes into the crowd with the apple. The movie concludes with Sophia discovering her father's lifeless body and declaring her intention to take over his company. It ends with Callum standing on a rooftop overlooking the city, holding the powerful Apple of Eden alongside two fellow assassins. Nevertheless, the fate of the artifact and the future of the Creed remain uncertain. If you are interested in such films, please proceed to the next video on the screen and also share your thoughts about this film in the comments. Give us a like and subscribe. Goodbye.